Yo, what is going on, guys? So, I noticed there's not a very good guide on this on YouTube, so I decided to make the best one myself. So this is going to be the definite guide for defusing the bomb on the Predator. I'm gonna tell like everything and every detail you need to know so you don't like screw it up. Now just one small detail before we get into it. This is gonna take practice, okay? So don't expect you're gonna see just from the first try you're gonna be doing as well as I'm doing here. I'm gonna show you on the video, but it's fine. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just go to the Predator, you know, kill him, and always keep trying to defuse the bomb. And you notice that you're improving more and more. I don't know, like maybe 30 tries or something. You're already gonna see like very significant improvement if you're trying with the knowledge that I'm gonna give you in this video. You're gonna notice a big difference. So just keep trying. If you're not trying, you're never gonna be improving. Okay? So don't just get discouraged if you die. Just take the risk and keep trying. You'll improve the timing as well. So you'll be able to do like this, like you see right now on the footage. And you can actually sometimes do it a little faster than what I just did right there. Okay? So yeah, guys, that's the intro. Now let's get to the steps and what you need to know. Okay? Okay. So the first and most obvious step is that you need to kill the Predator. Okay, so I'm gonna slow it down the gameplay here so I can explain you better as things happen, so you can pay attention. So the one thing that you can run into is if he has second win. Okay, so that's kind of a second chance that he has. So that's the first problem you might have to deal with when disarming the bomb. So as you can see, I'm playing Dutch, so you're gonna see me hip firing a lot. That's because I do more damage if I hip firing. Okay, that's a passive from Dutch. That's the only reason why I'm hip firing so often. But you don't have to necessarily do that as well. Okay, so you see that explosion. If you're close enough, it will flash you just like you see right there. If you're not close enough, it will just be a red explosion, and you're gonna see him glowing red. Okay, when he's glowing red, it means he's on the second win. Okay, it means he has an entire second bar of health. You can still shoot him while he's on this red mode, glowing mode, and it will lower his bar faster if you're doing damage to him. So he has to heal before the bar comes to an end or he dies. Okay, if he does not have the second win ready, which recharges every 5 minutes, okay, unless he has a perk which reduces that to 3 minutes, but the default is 5 minutes. So if he does not have that, he would have died right there. Just like you saw, there would be no explosion. He would die right there, and we could disarm the bomb and kill him. Okay, but if he has second win, the explosion will happen. If he has the second win charge, the explosion will happen, and he's going to try to run away to heal himself, and that's when it's a good opportunity for you to follow him. Ideally, you want to damage him as much as you can as he's running away, so that he has less time to create more distance from you before he has to stop and heal. Okay, so the closer to you he tries to heal, the better, because he's faster than you, so he can jump a lot, and you kind of lose him. So, but if he heals close to you, like you're gonna see right here, then it's the best chance possible for you to kill him and disarm the bomb. Okay. So first thing keep in mind is if he has second win or not. That's the first problem you might have to run into. Also, it's very risky for you to run around him like this, especially if he has a perk that's medic, so it will make him heal faster. So kind of watch out for that as well. Okay. For the curious people, the game is in Polish. No, I'm not Polish. It's just a language that I speak, so whatever. Don't worry about that. So you see, I'm kind of searching for him. When you're doing the search, be very mindful of the noises, okay? The Predator makes a lot of noise when he's running, especially when he's healing. The syringe and everything makes noise. It's very easy to tell, especially if you have a good headphone or a headset. You can pick up on those noises and kind of tell the direction he's on. And based on the noise, you just try to predict, where he's up or he's down. Some Predators like to heal on the trees as well, so watch out for that. Again, like when he's on second win, he cannot go invisible. He cannot do anything, okay? He can only run away and heal. So keep that in mind. And you can see how night is always very easy. Keep an eye out for the blood as well. So as soon as I located him, as you can see, everything slowed down so you guys can see frame by frame. That's when you want to. He's already healing, as you can see. So you want to start shooting him right away before he finishes the healing animation. Now this is very important. But you see, it's giving me XP every time I'm shooting him. Those little numbers next to it. You want to make sure that is happening, okay? Because there's a bug. If he's like close to a wall or something and his body is inside the wall, he's essentially invincible. It's like a bug. You cannot do any damage to him for whatever reason. The game considers it as you shooting the wall and not his body. So make sure you notice that the damage is happening right there by giving you the XP. If you notice that you're shooting him but it's not giving you any XP, just get out, because you're gonna die. You cannot kill him. He's literally invincible. It's a glitch. If you just keep shooting, you will waste all your ammo and he won't die. Okay. So second thing, you see, while I was reloading, I was repositioning. You always want to reposition as best as you can. So like as close to him as you see right now, I'm in his face. So ideally, you want to be shooting him from this angle, which is right in front of his face, and so you can easily aim at the mask, okay? Now, any damage that you do to the body will apply to the mask, okay? So it's not like you necessarily have to aim to the mask, but it's much better if you can actually aim for the mask, okay? Again, remember, I'm Dutch, so that's why you see me hip firing a little bit, so I can get that extra damage. But you don't have to necessarily do that, okay? Just aim at the mask and shoot it. Also, make sure you're constantly shooting, because as you approach, you notice I did not get to his face first, and then I started shooting. I was shooting already from afar, and I used the reload downtime to then reposition in his face. Okay, so that's what you want to do, because as you're shooting him, killing him, the timing of the bomb is still ticking down. So you want to make the most of it. Okay, so you do not any downtime that you're not shooting him that you could be. Okay. So that's why you see me, I use the reload downtime to approach him instead of not shooting from afar, okay? So make sure you do that. Keep that in mind. You can also, like if you run out of ammo on your primary and he's still alive, you can switch to your pistol and continue firing from there without reloading your primary. And you can also knife him, okay, to do a bit extra damage, all that in sequence without having to reload, okay? So you don't waste that time as well reloading while the timing of the bomb is ticking down. Okay, so after the first step, which is killing him, there's a second step, which is actually defusing the bomb. Now, before we get to that, let me explain you the symbols and everything, the glyphs, and how you know how to deal with them. Okay, so it's way more simple than it looks. I'm gonna simplify it to you guys, so you know you're never gonna have a problem with this. So I'm gonna put as big as I can the image on the screen. So have a look at that, and you can see this is how it shows on the top portion of the image. You can see there it shows the 4 numbers at the bottom, which is the red, and at the top. So there's 4 of them in order. And the final one, and at the top is what is like the symbols that you're gonna cycle through to try to match the top that you're cycling through to the symbol that's at the bottom. Okay, so for example, you see there on the image, I'm trying to match exactly the bottom to the top, just like you see it right there, and you're pressing up and down. For console, is gonna be the D-pad. Okay, I'm not sure what control is that for PC. If someone knows, you can probably comment down. But for console, is gonna be up and down on the D-pad. That's how you cycle it. Okay, and then you press the X button to confirm when you got the right, or sorry, it's the R2. Okay, it's the R2, the firing button, to confirm that you want to use that symbol. So it's in this order. To go and disarm the bomb, you need to kill the predator first. You know, get him off the maps, kill him. Then the body's going to be on the floor. You approach the body. You press the interaction button. So again, I don't know which button is that on PC. Someone, if you know, comment down. Interaction button is the same button that you hold and you press to do missions, to revive teammates. Okay, is that interaction button on console? The default for PS4 at least is a square. Okay, so square is going to be the interaction button. So you approach the body, press the square interaction button, then it's gonna show up that layout that you see on the top of the image with the red at the bottom and the cycle that you're gonna do at the top. Then you're gonna press the D-pad, again PS4 console, to cycle, and when you found the match, so the top is matching the bottom, you're gonna press the R2 to confirm. Okay, again, this is all console. PC, if you know, guys, please comment below so all the people can see how to do what are the controls for the PC. Okay, now at the bottom of the image, you can see all the possible like correct symbols that you need to match to. Okay, but don't worry about that right now. It's just so you know, just like a trivia, so to speak. The first three squares there's 9 options that can be the correct ones, and the final one, which is the 4th, you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 options, 8 options as well. Okay, so but don't worry about that. Now let's move on to the next image, which is the most useful one for you guys to be able to do these matching a lot faster. Okay, so again, I'm gonna have the image as big as I can on the screen. So these are the 9 first. If you look at the bottom, the first 3 squares, remember, these are the 9 options that you can get for the 3 9 squares that the game is gonna ask you to match with. And the final glyph, which is the 4th square thing, is going to be these 8 options. Okay, but don't worry about that. I'm going to show you how to identify this fast. Okay, so follow along with me. We're looking at the top portion. Okay, so let's start at the top first, left to right, top, left to right. Okay, so the base. I'm going to explain to you guys first, and then we're going to show real gameplay, so you guys are going to be able to understand this much easier. Okay, trust me. So the way you figure out these glyphs, you need to find them based on their uniqueness. Okay, because most of these are unique. They don't have any like repetition or variation to them, so it's very easy to spot them once you know what is that unique portion about them that you need have your eyes attentive to when trying to match the symbols. So the first step you're going to do is you're going to look at the square that is red. So what is the game asking me to match with? Okay, so that's the first thing you need to look at, which is at the bottom. Once you see that symbol, you look at the top, and that's when you're going to start cycling until you find the one that is trying to match. Okay, so let's go again, top of the image, to left to right. Let's start with the number 1. Now the uniqueness of number 1 is the 2 dashes at the top. Okay, you're gonna see if you look at the other symbols, there's no other symbol that has those 2 dashes that way at the top. Okay, so for that number 1, forget about the bottom. Just worry about the top half of the image, which are the two dashes, one pointing up, one pointing to the right. To me that kind of is similar to an L. So I like to think, when I see that, I like to think at the letter L. Okay. So that's the only thing we need to worry about, that symbol, okay, is the letter L. Forget everything that's at the bottom. That's what we need to remember. Now number 2 is going to be, the uniqueness about number 2 is that it's a K. To me, it looks like a K. Again, forget the dashes at the bottom. Just focus at the 3 dashes at the top, which is like the straight dash, and there's a dash going diagonally to the right up and diagonally to the right down. Okay, so to me that kind of similar to the letter K. Okay, so that when I see that symbol, I just think of the letter K. Again, just remember the K, forget about the 3 dashes at the bottom. Okay, now moving on to number 3. Now the uniqueness about number 3, so the uniqueness about number 1 is the L, the uniqueness about number 2 is the K at the top, and the uniqueness about number 3 is that, if you notice, all the dashes are on the right side of the glyph. Okay, so that's the uniqueness about number 3, is the fact that all the dashes are on the right side. So that's very easy to spot when you're looking for it. Okay, so these unique features is what we're looking for when trying to match the glyphs, okay, or even identify them for that matter. Okay, so just remember those, forget about all the other dashes. Just remember the unique features about them. Now moving on to number 4, that letter is the hardest one, which I call the F letter. Okay, it's not really an F, but I don't know, just call it an F letter, because if you look at the top portion of the images, the dash, you have 4 dashes, the dash at the straight, and there's diagonally up, diagonally down, and one straight. So it's kind of, to me it reminds me of an F, so the letter F. So just think of that as an F. So the uniqueness features about the 4 would be the F. Okay, we're gonna get to that later. This is the hardest one. Now moving on to number 5, the uniqueness about number 5 is what I like to call XL, is what I like to remember. That again, just look at the dashes at the top portion, the 3 dashes. There's a dash that's straight, a dash to the right, and a dash that's diagonally down to the right. So those 3 dashes are the unique features. The bottom doesn't matter. So to me, I kind of like to make that similar to an L from number 1, you see, and then that little diagonally down to the right, I like to call that an X. Okay, so it's like an XL. I like to think of that way as the letter when I see this particular symbol. Now moving on to number 6, the uniqueness is the single dash at the top. Okay, so just remember that. Number 7 is an F. Okay, so like again, remember I said this is the hardest letter because there's 3 variations to it. So this is the second variation of the F, which is the F and 3 dashes below. Okay, now if you go back to the number 4, you will see that the F only has 2 dashes on the the center left side. So those would be already 2 variations of that F, which is the only letter that has variations, and the hardest one is the one that's going to make you waste the most amount of time to identify. But all the others are easy because they're very unique. Now moving on to number 8 is the last variation of the F, the third variation, which is the easiest one to spot because there's only 1 dash below. Okay, so that is the F with the 1 dash. Now finally, number 9, again this is only for the first 3 squares. Number 9, the unique feature is the X. Remember this letter. I like just look at the 2 dashes at the top, is the one that's straight and the one that's diagonally to the right, to the bottom. To me that kind of almost similar to an X, so I like to think of that as a letter X when I see it. And you will notice as well, there's no other similar glyph on that set, that base set, that has the little X type of symbol at the top. Okay, so that's the unique feature of that. Now again, I'm going to show you some gameplay. You're going to see how easy it is to identify this once you pick up on these uniqueness that I just demonstrated to you guys. Now regarding the final glyph set that you see below the image, don't worry about that because you see most of them are actually repeated versions of the top base glyphs, so don't worry too much about that. It's very easy to spot. And there's also, if you see like 5B for example and 8B, those 7B for example, those are extremely unique as well. So it's very easy to you just caught the eye, and you can right away tell the uniqueness about him. It's very hard for them to compare to any other of the symbols, so it's very easy to match when you're trying to match. So don't even worry about those. Those are even easier than the ones at the top that I just showed of the image. Okay. So now let me go to some gameplay so you guys can see all that I explained in action and how you're gonna train your eye to identify these features as you're trying to disarm the bomb. Okay. Okay. So you see down the predator again. I'm already shooting him. Notice I'm going hip fire because more damage. Notice I'm going to reposition because you want to shoot the mask off, as well as headshots do more damage, so that's why as well reposition. So approach the body, he's dead. Interaction button, and then it shows. Okay, so I need to match the bottom with the top. So you see in this case it's already there. So remember, this is the K letter. Remember, so we just got to look for the K at the top portion when we're cycling to match it. We don't have to worry anything else. As soon as I see the K at the top, I can press the button to confirm. So now what is the unique feature is the I. Remember the single dash at the top. So as I'm cycling above, all I have to find is that single dash. As soon as I find that single dash at the top, I just confirm it. I don't even have to look at any other dashes. Oh, so again, repeat it. The dash at the top, this is what we're looking for. As soon as I look at the bottom and I see that the unique feature is the dash at the top, that's all. I forget everything else. I just look at the top and cycle until I find that unique feature. And again, the last one usually is the most unique of all. So it's very easy to find. So I just need to find the letter F, and pretty easy. Just cycle. Now the cycle, as fast as you can cycle, the better. Okay, because if you take too long to cycle, you're also wasting time. So try to cycle as fast as you can while still being able to follow up with the symbols that are looking for. So you see, I was only looking for the F during that cycle. I wasn't looking at anything else, just that F portion at the top. And this is an example of how you disarm the bomb. Now let's see another one. So this, for example, the predator is about to attack us. So this is that example that I mentioned with the second win. So again, like you see, he's trying to run away. Try to shoot him as much as you can when he's running away like this, so you can reduce his bar faster and forces him to have. You see, because he is much faster than you. But if you damage him, it forces him to reload faster. So you can then down him like you see here. Again, repositioning so I can get the mask as well as the headshot damage. So you see, approach the body, interaction button. Look at the bottom first. What does the game want me to match with? Once I find that out, I see letter L, so I need to find the L. Just look at the top, cycle as fast as you can until you see that L pop, which is the unique feature. As soon as I see it, boom, right there. You see, I passed. I was cycling so fast, I actually passed it through. So that might happen. So you go back, and do it later. So again, what is the unique feature? Again, everything is on the right side of the glyph. Remember? So that's what we're looking for. As soon as I find that unique feature, I look at the top. I cycle as fast as possible until I find that unique feature. And you can see right there, I'm cycling so fast that I'm actually going past it. But if that happens, you just go back and find it. Okay, so your eyes are only focused on that unique feature. So this is the F. So this is the hardest one because there's the 3 variation. So if you see the F, you gotta take the time to say, okay, so it's the F and 3, and you have to look at both. Okay, so you gotta constantly check. Okay, is the F, but is it at the bottom correct or not? And that, you see the F again. But usually the cycle does not show multiple Fs. Sometimes it does, so that's why it's the hardest symbol. But yeah, this is kind of how you have to do the F. You just kind of have to waste a little bit more time to do it because you have to confirm that the bottom, is also correct, not just the F at the bottom, which is the the unique feature. The F with only one dash at the bottom is usually the easiest to find in terms of unique feature. So you see guys how that is that easy. Like your eyes should only be focused on the unique feature. Forget about anything else. When you look first at the bottom, take note what is the unique feature that you're looking for, and then immediately look at the top and start cycling. But keep your eyes focused only when you're cycling only at that portion of the unique feature. Okay, so as soon as you see it pop on the cycle, that unique feature, you know you got it, and then you just press it right away. So here's another example of the reloading. So see, I'm not reloading my primary. I switched to my secondary so I can finish him off without wasting as much time. So again, right side, letter K. I find the K, I press it. Letter K again. Find the K, I press it. F3, so I have to find, yeah, right there. So you see, in the cycle that time, there was only one F, so it's pretty easy to find. Kind of same thing. I could have also knifed him here as well, you see, but I decided to load the pistol because it's pretty fast. Well, and you see, you have plenty of time to do things. You can tell by the laugh. It lasts around 15 seconds to explode the bomb. So you can probably do the disarm in like what 6 seconds, maybe less. You see right there, I did it pretty fast. So you can even do a little faster than what I did there. As long as you know the unique features, it's really easy for you to get it done. Okay, guys. So this is the bug I talked about on the initial of the video, the beginning. So notice the damage. Notice the XP. Notice how it's not gonna give me XP. So you see, I'm getting XP. It's gonna give me up to 45. And you see, as soon as he dies, he kind of goes inside the wall. Notice how it's not giving me any more XP for shooting him. And no, see, I'm still getting the hit mark, but I'm not getting an XP for damage. This is the bug that I mean. If you notice this, he will not die. Okay, you need to maybe change position or go away, because he will never die. He's invincible. It's a bug. So to fix that, what I did here, as you can see, I changed positions, and by changing position a little bit here, it allowed me to actually get the damage to work again. But if you see it's not giving you XP, he's not gonna die. There's no point. Okay, so you see, by changing position, it gave me the XP back, so he's taking damage and I can kill him. So again, letter X there, XL, and again, the final one is so unique you don't even have to, worry too much about it. I'm just gonna put a bunch of examples in real time so you guys can see how it works. So again, F1, letter L, letter X, and final 4. Same thing, XL there. Just identify the unique feature right away and try to. So I'm gonna stop talking. You guys remember the features and try to, watching the footage, try to match both of them. Okay. Just remember the unique features of the ladders that I mentioned earlier. If you need to go back and remember the features and then watch the footage again, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put a bunch of disarm in here so you can see. You can see sometimes that I even pace myself, because if you can do this fast, you can even pace yourself sometimes. You don't have to, necessarily rush it. There's plenty of time to do disarm it. Also, be very mindful if your teammates are near you or not. Because if he's already laughing like so much forward, and you're alone doing the damage, sometimes he doesn't die fast enough. Okay, so be very careful with that. But for the most part, it's not a problem if you're already this close to him when he dies. So yeah, just notice the unique features like I mentioned without me talking, and try to follow up with the footage. So notice the unique feature at the bottom, and then cycle while looking for that unique feature at the top, and then confirm. Again, just make sure you have at least like 6 seconds or 7 seconds to disarm the bomb from the moment he dies, so he's not already doing that last final scream, or you won't have enough time to disarm it. But for the most part, it's good. Well, that's the video, guys. Hope it helps. Share it with your friends if you know someone is struggling to defuse the bomb and wants to learn. This video should definitely change things. Okay. Just remember, your eye should only focus on the unique dashes, okay? Don't worry about even looking at the other portions of the glyph. Just look at the unique dashes. It's very easy when you do that. So I'm gonna again throw a bunch of footage here so you guys can maybe practice something with what I just taught. See you guys later. Take care.
Gotta show 'em what the hands do, boy.
Czegoś takiego nie uczyli na treningu saperskim. Ruchy, ruchy, ruchy! Nie wierzę, że się udało. Jest! Rozjebać go! Załatwić go! To nigdy nie został! Może za... Prepare for extraction. I'll take it.
run. It's wounded. One more trophy for the den. Run! Explosive ordnance. Out before it's off.
Did he really try to heal in front of you, Ruby?
Próbuję jakoś zatrzymać odliczanie.
Bro, the damage is so high, what the fuck? This is so stupid.
I disarm.
Mogę zapewnić wam posiłki, wodzu. Udajcie się do tego miejsca.
Prepping for extraction.
Al diavolo, io suono l'allarme. Aiutatemi!
Oh, Dio.
Avete 30 secondi, poi dovrò andare. Idiota! Sono ferito! Parla lo WLF. Siete imbattuti in una maschera indicata che dobbiamo prendere. Mantenete la posizione e proteggete il corpo a ogni costo. Sarete ampiamente